I'm going to butcher this one so hard. First off, sorry for the lighting again. I need to try to figure this out if I need more lighting or is this going to be like this. Change, I don't know. Anywho, thanks for coming back. ViddaMuyarchi, am I saying it right? Hell to the nah. But do I need to say it correctly to enjoy this film? Let's find out. Tongue-tied with this film. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing ViddaMuyarchi. So what is this about? Pretty simple premise. We have a couple, and you know what? They're not going through the best of times. She wants a divorce, and he's like, okay, even though I'm not happy about this, I do not want this divorce, but let's just do one final car trip to take you to your parents to just kind of be done with it. However, halfway through, his car breaks down, and his wife goes with, I want to say the kidnappers, but a truck driver to get a tow truck. He finally gets the car to work, actually, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, they're in Azerbaijan, and just things aren't going correctly. Is he going to find his wife, or is his wife part of the plot? So, did I like this film? I think it was an okay film. It is like a lot of Indian movies where it's two movies. The intermission changes the movie completely. Before the intermission, this is way more of a character-driven drama of getting to know the characters and what they are going through. The second half is a lot more action-packed and what we are going to do to figure out what is going to occur. And I found this very hysterical in the weirdest way, where this movie, if it's flipping you off, they will bleep the middle finger, but they'll show someone's legs getting absolutely obliterated in a crusher machine, where, like, you know, where you throw things in metal, like it's like a very sharp. They'll show that gore, but they won't show the middle finger being put at you. I find that a little bit hysterical. But when you look at both halves and what actually occurs, you start to realize it's a kind of simplistic movie that doesn't do anything new. And to me, that's unfortunate, because what they were trying to do, you're thinking, oh, is it going to go left? Is it going to go right? Is it going to go left? Is it going to go right? Then you realize, actually, it's just staying in that straight path where you're just like, ah, man. And I hate to say it, I don't know if it's just a lot of Indian movies that do it, that they just don't like making, quote-unquote, the good guys that have been, part of something, the bad guy. For example, the wife. Could they have done something so unique, so sinister? Absolutely. Yes, they did some sinister stuff to, like, things that do occur in this area that takes people to Russia with plastic surgery, some effed up stuff that occurs there. Or it could have ended in a way where, oh shit, the wife is Dunskies. But they don't do it. It's very conventional. I feel like that always occurs with, they're almost too scared to make someone like a part of a family or part of something, like something bad happen to them. This felt like La Palma, where the show where they just refuse to kill people off. Sure, they kill people off here, left and right, but I was like, oh, they could have gone some just bonkersness with this movie and decide not to. Yes, there is some bonkersness when dealing with the bad guys and where they came from, the mental hospital and things like that. We're like, okay, that's an interesting character arc. And when this whole Azerbaijan village is all in this, it feels like it's almost too big to not get caught, especially with some of the police officers getting involved and things like that. It's like, you're telling me all these missing people and no one's like raised a red flag, not even one cop or things like that occurred, because it's more of like, oh, missing wife, but you're saying that no one else has said they were missing, and all these people went to Russia because of plastic surgery, and all these cars are just things like that, where you got to put in the back of your head, you're just like, okay, fine, whatever. Acting, I think the acting is pretty good overall. I do like the landscape and the cinematography of just this barren wasteland of Azerbaijan. I mean, it is very interesting to look at these different countries and where they are at in the world. Because, you think of the desert, right? You can think of Afghanistan. You could think of the Saharan Desert, which I've been there, which is absolutely freaking bonkers. You can think of Nevada. You could think of, like, Australia. There are plenty of different deserts, but they all have their unique, like, mountain ranges or snow caps or, flooding or things that occur. Like the Nevada desert is very different than the Sahara desert. The Sahara desert is going to be very different than the Azerbaijan desert. The Azerbaijan desert is going to be very different than the Australian desert. And I like getting that landscape of knowing what this part of the world looks like. And I really dig that. And the action set pieces. Let's talk about that. I think they were filmed pretty well. It wasn't anything too bombastic. Don't expect some RRR action. Don't expect some serious action. This is more like a mix, but it is more on the lines of trying to be more serious when it comes to people getting hurt with some arrows and things like that. Even though there is one hysterical death what deals with a person in a wheelchair that I did not see coming. I kind of giggled in the movie theater, like, I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm doing that. And again, when it deals with that of who they want to kill and who they don't want to kill, again, they kind of play it safe with that. And again, with playing it safe, they add so many characters into this cobweb of like conspiracy theories where you're just like, is it going a little bit too far? And on some levels, I do think it is on that extent. But overall, ViddaMuyarchi, I think it's a fine little film. I was having a good time with it. I do think there is a good story in there, but unfortunately, when the credits rolled, it turned to something very, very conventional. So ViddaMuyarchi, will receive a 3 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 60%. So let's see the critics and user scores gave this one. So we have audience scores 70% with 50 of them. The critics are positive, negative, so 50%. 50, 70, 60. Chase Hawk here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing's Bluetontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Great down. Watch this take tomorrow, week from month. We need it for every single freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And how do you say this movie's name? I'm just freaking guessing now.